Hey everyone, this is Caleb. Welcome to the Daily Devo. We're in our series on who the church is supposed to be, and today's verse is found in John 21, verse 15, but it's part of a larger story that begins back in chapter 18 of John, and it's about this man named Peter. Back in chapter 18, Peter denies that he knows Jesus, even though he was one of Jesus' closest friends. To make things worse, Peter denied that he knew Jesus in some of the final hours before Jesus went to the cross. And he denied him not once, but 3 times. Immediately after Peter denied Jesus the 3rd time, a rooster crowed, reminding Peter of Jesus' words that he would deny him. And the Gospel of Matthew records in chapter 26 that Peter went out weeping bitterly. We don't know all that transpired in the next few days of Peter's life, but we do know he eventually went back to his former occupation as a fisherman, which tells me he probably felt some measure of, well, I blew it, and now there's nothing left for me except what I used to do before I met Jesus. But thankfully, that's not where our verse of the day lands. No, our verse is found 3 chapters later in John 21, where the now resurrected Jesus meets Peter and offers him a new lease on life. Picking up in verse 15, we read this. After breakfast, Jesus asked Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," Peter replied. "You know I love you." "Then feed my lambs," Jesus told him. And just as Peter denied Jesus 3 times, Jesus asks Peter if he loves him 3 times and completes each answer by saying, "Then take care of my people." I believe at the end of our life, 2 of the primary questions we'll be asked are, how well did we love Jesus in this life, and how well did we care for his people? Each of us have been wired in unique ways to accomplish things for the Lord, and much of our purpose in this life is related to the people we meet along the way. I grew up in a rural town in the Midwestern United States, and in our little Baptist church, there was this lady named Donna. Now, Donna didn't fit the mold of our small-town Baptist church. While we held our hymnals and stoically sang the songs, she stood in the front, swaying with both hands raised in worship. She took some flack for her charisma, but the truth was, Donna had been set free from a life of addiction, and she was on fire for Jesus. I remember multiple times where Donna would fill her pickup truck with donations and head to Mexico, where she would spend time ministering to people and sharing the love of Jesus. But my primary memories of Donna are from when she began to drag her Pearl Export drum kit that she used to use for her bar gigs into our little Baptist church and asked this 8-year-old kid to play drums while she stood with her 12-string Alvarez guitar and sang. And together, we would lead our little church in modern praise choruses like, "Lord, reign in me," "I could sing of your love forever," and shout to the Lord. Almost 30 years later, I look back, and I'm very thankful that someone welcomed Donna into our little country church, because she certainly had a huge impact on my life. So my question for you today is, are you or someone you know a Peter or a Donna? Maybe like Peter, you felt like you've blown it and you need to be reminded that it's not over, that God's plans for you are still good, and that it's not too late to run to him. He's waiting for you. Or maybe like Donna, you know someone who's had a second lease on life and they still have some rough edges, but they're on fire for the Lord. And you need to make room for that person in your life to encourage them and to pour into them. It may involve them dragging a proverbial drum set into a space that used to be quiet. In other words, it might be messy, but the ripple effect of stewarding a life on fire for Jesus can be an incredible thing. Today, let's be the church that tells people it's not over, because we serve a God who is able to rescue, restore, and redeem.